Welcome to week 3 of How to Be Your Best When Life Brings the Worst. I'm Steve Abma. I'm a registered psychotherapist, and I've created this webinar series to give you 4 easy-to-learn skills to help you be your best self, even in the middle of stressful situations. The 4 skills are: breathe, acknowledge emotions, set your compass, take action. Last week I introduced the first skill, breathe. Breathing in with our nostrils for a 4 count, breathing out with our mouth for an 8 count. And what this does is relaxes the body but engages the mind so that when stressful situations come up, we're a bit relaxed but also alert, so we're able to think about the kind of person that we want to be in that situation. I hope you were able to practice that breathing this week. If you haven't yet watched week 2, go back and watch that before proceeding with today's video. So let's dive right into the second skill, which I call acknowledging emotions. Today you're going to learn how to give yourself permission to be a human being who, like every other human being, goes through challenging times and has normal human thoughts and feelings about what they're going through. Now, usually when we're going through difficult circumstances, the fight or flight part of our brain is trying to figure out how to get rid of our pain so we can get back to feeling better again. Slowing down and acknowledging our emotions seems like too much work for too little reward. Our emotional brain wants us to feel good right now. And in my own life and in working with clients over the years, I've identified 4 common ways that we try to get away from unwanted thoughts and feelings. Sometimes we dispute our thoughts or our feelings, trying to push them away, telling ourselves we shouldn't feel this way or be thinking this way, or maybe we beat ourselves up for feeling this way, or we try to change negative thoughts into positive thoughts. We also distract ourselves, find something to take our mind off of our pain, like Netflix, video games, cleaning the house, or exercise. We dull our pain using food, drugs, or alcohol. Or we disconnect and pull away from people or activities that normally would bring us meaning and joy. And while it's totally normal to want to avoid painful emotions, none of these methods work very well. We may feel better for a little while, but our unwanted thoughts and feelings keep coming back. And here's why. When we try to avoid unwanted thoughts or feelings, we're giving our brain a job to do, telling it to make a thought or feeling go away. But then our brain constantly checks in with us, asking, "Do you still want me to try and make this go away?" Which, of course, makes us think about the very thing that we're trying to avoid. So not only does avoiding emotions not work, it's actually counterproductive. It's a lot like trying to hold a beach ball under the water. We might not see the ball while we're pushing it down, but the effort it takes to hold it there is tiring and pulls your attention away from what you really want to be doing, like swimming in the pool or spending time with your friends. When we release our hold on that ball, it just pops back up. Here's another powerful idea from brain researcher Jill Bolt-Taylor, who says that the natural lifespan of an unpleasant emotion is about 90 seconds. If we did nothing with our emotions, they would come and stay and go on their own time. But it's our efforts to get rid of our painful thoughts and feelings, to avoid them, that actually make them last longer. So what we're going to do today is going to seem quite counterintuitive and backwards according to what your brain wants to do with your pain, which is to get rid of it. But acknowledging our emotions is going to be a way that we make space for normal thoughts and feelings that anyone in our situation would probably be having right now. I'm going to give you a really simple way to acknowledge some of the difficult feelings that you may be experiencing, which will relieve you of trying to control the feeling or get rid of it, and free you to focus on changing your behavior so you can be the kind of person you want to be, even if the thought or feeling is around for a little while. And here's how we do this. One of my favorite counseling tools is Dr. Gloria Wilcox's feelings wheel. On the top half of the wheel are the unpleasant or painful feelings we'd rather avoid. In the middle of the wheel, you'll see the words sad, mad, scared, and then a few words that are associated with each of those feelings. On the bottom half of the wheel, the feelings that we want to feel are peaceful, powerful, and joyful. Taking a few minutes to stop and acknowledge our feelings gives us a huge advantage. Researchers at the UCLA found that giving words to emotions engages the prefrontal cortex, that thinking part of your brain, and reduces reactivity in the amygdala, the fight or flight part of the brain. In other words, giving your emotion a name helps you make sense of what you're experiencing. And then you can regulate your emotional response, feel less panicked and overwhelmed, make sense of what you're experiencing, reduce frustration, anxiety, and stress, maintain control of your actions, and respond in a way that reflects the best version of you. So in a moment, I'd like you to hit pause on the video, get comfortable where you're sitting or standing, take a few deep breaths in and out, 4 in through your nose as you inhale, and 8 out through your mouth as you exhale. And then looking at this feelings wheel, ask yourself right now, what am I feeling? So I hope you were able to do that exercise just now. I know for me, a couple of barriers to doing this regularly is, number one, it just seems like I don't have time to slow down, take a few deep breaths. Number two, it doesn't seem all that productive. What's the point? And number three actually is sometimes I don't want to pay attention to what I'm feeling. If I'm feeling sad, mad, or scared, why would I want to actually pay attention to that? But what we find as we acknowledge our emotions is that the mind actually makes sense of them. And as our body is calm and our mind is alert, and we take a moment to examine some of our feelings, we discover that they're there for a reason. And we actually realize that our emotions are our allies. They're trying to tell us something about what is important to us. For example, anxiety tells you you want to protect something or someone that matters to you. Sadness is often a signal that something important to you is missing, and it may motivate you towards filling that void or healing. Loneliness tells you that you value connection and can prompt you to seek someone who sees and understands you. I also like to picture our emotions like instruments on a dashboard of a vehicle. Just as a fuel gauge, speedometer, or engine light is designed to give you valuable information that gets you safely from point A to point B, emotions are here to help you make decisions so that you can take action and keep moving in the direction that we want to go with our lives. So I want to invite you to download Dr. Wilcox's Feelings Wheel. And when you're feeling stressed, take a look at the wheel and see if you can find 1 or 2 words that describe how you're feeling. If they're on the top of the wheel, take a moment to name them. I'm feeling sad, or I'm feeling frustrated, or I'm feeling lonely. Acknowledge the feeling. Understand that it's a normal feeling given what you're going through right now. And it's trying to tell you what you need, what is important to you right now. And it may motivate you to do something about it. You could also look at the bottom half of the wheel and ask yourself, what do I want to do right now that would help me feel what I want to feel? You could think about some healthy ways that you could get closer to that feeling without avoiding the unwanted feeling by disputing your thoughts or distracting yourself, dulling your pain, or disconnecting yourself from activities or people that are important to you. And next week, we're going to learn our third skill, which I call Set Your Compass. Once we breathe to relax the body and engage the mind, and we recognize that our feelings are here to help us, we take a moment to name them. The third step is to ask ourselves, given that I feel this way, what kind of person do I want to be? What do I want to do that reflects the best version of me? I hope you have a great week. I've included a couple of links below to the articles that I mentioned today. And as well, we've had some great posts on our Facebook group. I invite you to pop on by, join the group, check out some of the activity happening there. And I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you next time.